We're here with USC men's volleyball coach Bill Ferguson. Coach, first off, congratulations on the sweep of Stanford a few weeks back. Which performances stood out the most to you and why?
Well, I think in almost a repeat of the Irvine match, I don't think there was any one guy that really stood out. Both our outside hitters passed and hit pretty well. Our middles hit for a good clip. Our setter carried out the game plan great, and our opposite, Tanner Jansen, did really well, and our liberos played pretty well. So, you know, the combination or the ongoing theme of our wins were great all-around team play, and the theme of our losses were maybe not so good overall team play.
And also, you had a loss to Pacific.
Yeah.
What needed to be done in particular in regards to that match, and how do you plan to implement that into this coming week?
A couple of things. One being the serving. We didn't serve very well. We didn't get very many aces for the amount of errors that we made. If you make for about every ace, if you got 3 errors for every ace, you're usually at an okay clip. We weren't even close to that. The other thing was, you know, we had kind of struggled to find a little bit of an identity, and then we did with that lineup against Irvine and against Stanford with Joey Booth on the outside with Alex Slott. Now, Joey sprained his ankle a little bit through that match, or towards the end of the Stanford match, and he really wasn't quite the same on Sunday against Pacific. So we had to change the lineup again. Christian Vera came in, played pretty well, but we're just, you know, we're having to keep changing things so much. So it's hard for us to get in a rhythm as a team, and so we're gonna be able to practice that. Everybody's kind of healthy now, and we're gonna start to get back in our rhythm again. So those would be the two things that jump right out at me. And the other thing that we did find on the positive end is, you know, we may be able to use a couple of arrows during that match. J.B. Green did great on the defensive side of things. Brooks Varney continues to pass real solidly for us. So we've got a lot of different things we can do.
This week you're going to be heading on the road for the first of 2 matches, this week being against Pepperdine. Is there a certain atmosphere at Pepperdine that you think will play a part into play this week, and also just overall just their play as well?
Hopefully not. It's a smaller venue, ceiling's lower, the fans are right there close to the court. Usually when you play during the week at Pepperdine, you get a really good student crowd, and they're pretty boisterous, and they do a really good job of supporting their program there. So tight confines, probably pretty loud, and they tend to get right on you. So we'll hopefully that won't be a factor for us, and hopefully it'll just be between the guys on the court and the volleyball, and we'll see what happens. But as far as the venue and atmosphere, it'll be a little bit crazy there. It tends to be, so it's fun. If you're a competitor, you really like being in that gym and that environment.
You're currently standing at 2-2 overall and in MPSF conference rankings. Where do you go from here?
Hopefully up. There's about a 4-way tie for like 5th. There's about a 3-way tie for 2nd or for 3rd. 1st and 2nd aren't too far out in front of everybody. So as per usual, we're kind of eating our own young in this conference, where you just never know. It should come down to probably the 13th week of conference play. But we're going to continue to chip away. We're not really looking at the big picture too much. We're going to focus on everything one day at a time. As cliche as it sounds, that's been working really well for us the last couple of years. So we'll continue to do that, and right now for the first part of this week we'll focus on us, and then we'll start thinking about Pepperdine a little bit towards the end of the week.
Thanks, Coach.